Hello and welcome to Questions in Quarantine, where I will be interviewing different people from different professions on their experience of lockdown here in the UK. Each week I'll be challenging my guests to the 2 minutes in lockdown challenge, where they have to answer 4 questions in just 2 minutes. So this week I've got Helen Wills with me. Hi Helen and welcome.
Hello.
So would you like to tell everyone a little bit about you and what you actually do?
Yeah, okay. I'm a mum of teenagers. I say teenagers, one's on the brink, 15 and 12. And I'm a blogger and a podcaster. I write about parenting teenagers, and I have a mental health podcast aimed at teens and their parents.
Wow, sounds fantastic. So we'll find out more about that and how people can find out about where to listen to your amazing podcast a little bit afterwards. But are you ready for the challenge, Helen?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to my virtual coffee shop. We can't meet in person, so we're meeting virtually, which is really nice. So let's get the screen up for the challenge. Okay, so let's get this timer going. And here we go. Right, first question then. So what have you been doing, Helen, to keep sane and manage your well-being during this time in lockdown in the UK?
Oh, going outside. I have to be outside, I found. We're blessed that this weather is still with us because, although to be fair, even if it was a bit gloomy, I still would get out and walk the dog. And keeping a kind of routine with the kids. I've let them do a bit more of their own thing, but I think just that daily dog walk and insisting that we get out, that's what's doing it for me.
Fantastic, great advice for all of us, I think. So I've been asking everybody about what they've learned about themselves. So what have you learned about yourself whilst we've been squirreled away here in lockdown?
Well, I've always known this. Officially, I'm an introvert. I've done all the quizzes and questionnaires, and I always feel like an extrovert because I'm always out there, but officially I'm an introvert. And lockdown has so proved that to me. I really need time by myself. That's been the hardest thing, a family here all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Right, okay. So based on your professional experience of being a parenting blogger, what tip or piece of advice would you give people out there at the moment?
Yeah, keeping a little bit of routine and not being too strict about it. Being ready for change, being a bit chilled, and trying to keep some routine. I've got my child's phone in here.
Yeah. Final question, really. So what's the first thing you're going to do when things return to normal, and what's the one thing that you're going to miss?
I have to be quick and it's easy. I'm going out for dinner as soon as this is over, and the thing I'll miss is wearing a non-underwired bra.
Love that. That is absolutely brilliant. There's lots of pluses on all of this at the moment, isn't there? That's definitely one of them.
I'm loving wearing a comfy bra because it doesn't really matter what I look like.
No, exactly. And it's only when we go on Zoom calls that we decide that, maybe it's time for some makeup.
Yeah, exactly. I did that this morning. It does make you feel better. It makes me feel more productive if I do that.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, and well done. That was great answers, even with your young person's phone as well. Just shows you, it's all technology. It's there all of the time. So, tell us a little bit more. So you said that you're a parenting blogger. I know that you're a parenting blogger because we've done some stuff together, and you interviewed me on your fantastic podcast. So tell us a little bit about that, and also how you got into being a parent blogger in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So yeah, the thing that got it started was just sitting bored at home with small children thinking there must be more to this, but I don't want to go back to work. So I just started writing about our anecdotes. I think there's lots of mum and dad blogs and people doing similar. It's an outlet, and it was therapy really, and a way to connect with other people. And the blog took off and was great because I was telling funny stories about my cute little kids, and then I say this all the time, they're not cute and funny anymore. They grew up, became teenagers, whole different set of problems, and I can't write about their problems online anymore because they can see it and so can their friends. So, but I felt really strongly that there was a need for people to talk about personal experiences of teenagers, because teenagers have a tough time. So I launched the podcast, Teenage Kicks. Basically, I interview someone each week who had a tricky experience in their teenage years. So I've spoken to somebody who was expelled, someone who self-harmed, someone whose dad was sent to prison when she was doing her A-levels, all sorts of experiences that could cause, you know, real tension, real stress, and a reason to go off the rails, if you like. But each of those people now are adults, and they're in a good place, and they're able to offer a bit of insight and some tips to kids who might be going through it, or their parents who aren't sure how to deal with similar.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. So